The idea of home for me is a sense of belonging, about feeling like myself. And for me, it'll always be family. I think I've created a bubble when it comes to my home, and I have a particular way in which I want to host people, and I want them to have a memory when it comes to my home. Like when people think about my house, I always want the first word to be warm. Hi, I'm Ananya Panday. You're watching me on Asian Paints Where the Heart Is. Welcome to my home. My dad actually grew up in this building as well, and this was the first house that I lived in. We lived in a joint family at that time. We all lived on the first floor and we had 3 different apartments. So it was always this open door policy. Like my dadi used to hate locking doors. It was like everyone can just enter at any time. Just that feeling of a full family living together. And I'm actually happy that I had a childhood like that because it felt very full. That's what I remember. My dad used to also take a lot of home videos of us growing up. I think that was my first interaction with seeing myself on a screen, and I fell in love with being able to do that. Okay, so as I said, I've lived in the same building my entire life, and I'm going to take you and show you where it all began in my parents' house, which is downstairs. So let's go.
We've been in this home since 1971. It started off with this one terrace flat, and then I bought the 3-bedroom in the 90s. We've been very lucky with our 2 girls. They've kind of loved the house, the home, and they've always looked after it and contributed a lot to it, yeah.
What we wanted is that we wanted everyone to have their space, but also there should be kind of a center point of the house where the family meets.
Houses used to really get destroyed after parties.
I remember one party and there was cake all over all my couches and their faces and everything. She has destroyed my house a couple of times.
With her house, she's very particular.
You have to leave your shoes outside. Even you have to hold your cup properly. It's endless. So I do a lot of things when she's not there.
It's like boarding school.
Excuse me, what do you mean?
Oh, hello.
And why is your couch so dirty?
Oh.
This is not gone from your last party, the chocolate cake. It's refusing to come out. Paying for new sofa covers?
No.
Over the years, I feel the one constant thing about this house, the energy is just so happy in this place. There is some kind of divine intervention in this house.
The first time I met him, I knew somewhere I'm going to be living in this house all my life. I just can't think of living anywhere else but here.
It's been that happy place, yeah.
So let's start with the place that I hang out the most, which is my living room. This is the sofa that I sit. I have my evening pancakes here. I have my coffee here. I have a great view into looking into other people's houses so I can spy on them. I'm just joking, don't do that. I wanted every sitting surface in my house to be very comfortable. I don't want to compromise on comfort. That's why even this surface has this very soft material on it. So basically, I wanted every corner to be cozy and to accommodate as many friends of mine as possible. So this is my dining table. Even though it's only a 4-seater, there's a lot of room for love over here. We all managed to share the seat and share all of our food together. So a lot of amazing memories on this dining table. And another thing that I really like about this house is that the lights don't always look like lights. This may look like an art fixture, but it's actually a light. So this is Riot's corner. It's very, very messy because he's still, in his teenage phase. And it has his favorite toys. It actually includes a very old t-shirt of mine from, I think, 10 or 15 years ago, which I've just tied up and given to him. And it's literally one of his favorite toys. They say har ghar kuch kehta hai, but if my walls could speak, they would say stop talking to your dog and go and actually talk to real people. But they would also, I think, shout a huge, warm, loving welcome and give a cozy hug to whoever enters the house. All the doors in my house are almost flush, so you can't see them. So this is actually my bedroom, which I'm not going to show you. You're not going to get so lucky also. And come in, let's see the dressing room. Every little girl's dream through the secret door. So this is my walk-in closet, and I actually really wanted an open closet because I felt like I couldn't properly see all of my clothes. So that was something I was very specific about. Again, this wallpaper is specifically made for my house, so you won't find it in everyone else's house. So I'm a huge fan actually, and I'm not just saying this because I'm on camera, but I think I've seen every single episode of Asian Paints Where the Heart Is, and I always wanted this, chance to show off my home and be like, hi guys, welcome to my home. This is where I sit, this is where I sleep, and it's just a random fantasy of mine that I wanted to fulfill. So I always had a very strong vision board. I had pictures very similar to this about how I wanted my home to be. So something I was very, very certain on was the pastel colors that I wanted to choose for my house. So my dressing room have my wardrobe equally organized. Everything's labeled in the drawers. I also wanted something that mimics a vanity van. So I have a really big mirror and I have lights. So I wanted something that felt like set. It's my only part of home that has a little bit of work in it. The designer of my home actually suggested bringing in some color with the color pink. I was a little averse to it, I'm not gonna lie, because now I can't imagine my house any other way. Going through this home designing process, I think it was the first step of mine to come closer to myself, to kind of understand what kind of person I am. I had to completely put my full heart and soul into it. Honestly, home design, finding your home, making it your own space is a great step to discovering yourself, to finding who you truly are, what you like, what you don't like. So yeah. No matter what, when you're living with your parents, a lot of your reactions, a lot of your emotions are kind of safeguarded by them, reflected off of them. Drama, basically drama.com. Growing up, these ladies have always come up to me and they're like, oh, we used to go to that school and we used to see your dad and he used to roam around the house and we used to start screaming, Chunky, Chunky, and he used to wave, and I used to always be like, when is that gonna happen to me? And the moment I truly made it, like a personal victory for me, was when one girl just shouted Ananya, and I was like, bas, ho gaya, that is enough for me. I'm very happy with this recognition. The more I work and the more acting that I do, I think the more I fall in love with the process of acting. And I love what films can make you feel. Who in their lifespan can have 100 different occupations or live in so many different places? As an actor, you have the ability to do that. Big thing about when I was moving into my own house was kind of, how am I going to do things the way I want to do them? At the end of the day, you kind of are letting people into your personal space, and we don't really have much of that as actors. When I'm home, I can just go hours and hours without talking. I actually do enjoy a sense of just feeling like myself and belonging, where, I don't have to pretend. If you're inspired by my home decor, go to beautifulhomes.com by Asian Paints for a lovely style guide.
I think that was very important, that we have that one space in the house.
And we can even find out who's going where.
I was trying to be polite.
Polite?
Yeah.
I've got so many cameras in this house, I don't need to, but that's fine.